But then it came to the women's championship match with Rhea Ripley and Zoey Stark. And I mentioned I was going to watch this because I wanted to see what Rhea could get out of Zoey. I mentioned on the preview that we did that she'd seemed nervous on some of the interviews in the ring, and she's just been brought up. We know she wants to do good. But, let's see if she can have a match with Rhea. If she can't have a match with Rhea, she can't have a match with anybody. The jury may still be out on that. Zoey started out, and obviously Rhea was bumping off of her, wanted to put her over, wanted to give her credibility, because the problem is that no matter how good she may or may not be, the people don't see her at Rhea's level. She's just joined the main roster. She's not over yet. She hadn't really done anything to get herself over. And Rhea Ripley's the hottest woman in the business. And they've got the dynamic that even though Rhea's the heel, the people cheer her, either when she's by herself without the Judgment Day or just if she says something with the Judgment Day. They boo them, they still cheer her. So when Rhea, she was bumping and selling for her, but the people were kind of like, eh. And Zoey was going 100 miles an hour at the same pace and doing a lot of. Did you notice it seemed like she was trying to do complicated shits, thinking that was going to impress people and get her over, but what it ended up being was too complicated, and it got sloppy and or just too rushed when Zoey was in control?
Maybe a bit, yeah.
And because when Rhea stopped her and the fans started chanting, "Mommy, Mommy," Zoey came back, but it was starting to get, it was just rushed. It was sloppy. It was the same speed. She spent a lot of the time in the match screaming. Zoey did, like the fired up scream, trying to get the fans with her, and the fans weren't with her because they like Mommy. So then they did something that they tried something that looked like off the top rope. Zoey Stark was Rhea was going to throw her, but she was going to land on her feet and potentially throw Rhea or reverse something or whatever, but they both of them fell in a heap. And neither really sold anything. And then as soon as they stood up, Rhea mouthed something and ran towards Zoey, and Zoey hit her with a roundhouse kick and got a 2 count. So it was supposed to be Zoey's thing, but I can't tell you what it was. And at that point, I think they kind of lost it because, again, the fans, they want to see Rhea. They didn't want to boo Rhea. I don't know they really wanted to boo Zoey that much. But it just. And they did a stiff back and forth, and then Rhea hit the riptide, 1, 2, 3. But I think that's the thing, is Zoey's still not smooth. It was rushed. She was trying to be too complicated, trying to scream and get the fans behind her when it wasn't going to happen, and she was trying too hard. And I think Rhea did the best she could do with what they were doing, but I think she should have said, hey, calm this down a little bit more and make sure you can do everything right first because then she looks sloppy too. So, and Zoey is coming from a bunch of different directions. Not all of them safe ones, I don't think. Your thoughts?
One of the listeners in the Cult of Cornette Facebook group put up something. His name is Ryan Clare. A couple images saying that Zoey looks like Mary Grace Canfield.
Oh my God!
Ralph Monroe.
Ralph Monroe. Famed 60s character actress Mary Grace Canfield. And Rhea here was channeling her inner Sherry Martel with her makeup and hair and everything, wasn't she?
It was certainly a look.
So it was Sherry Martel versus Ralph Monroe. All righty, are we moving on?
We are moving on. There's not much left to move on to, but let's move on to it.
Well, here it is.